What's up, everyone? It's Trainer. On this video for you, I have my Olivia Voldaren deck profile for this year, April 1st, 2000. Uh, this is my first ever deck I've ever built, and still playing it today. We got Olivia Voldaren. She's a legendary flying creature. For 1 in a red, you can deal 1 damage to another target creature, and that creature becomes a vampire in addition to its other types. And you can put a +1/+1 counter on Olivia. For 3 and 2 black, you gain control of target vampire for as long as you control Olivia. And so it's really cool, but we really don't worry about the second part here. We just care about the first part because we are giving her Death Touch. And here's the secret layer version that I keep on the back. Pretty cool. Just keep her up here. Starting off with Onyx Mage, card that for 1 in a black, the entire creature we control gains Death Touch. So just another way to get Death Touch on Olivia. Cordial Vampire, so cordial. Whenever a cordial vampire or another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on each vampire you control. Vampire Hexmage, to take out any pesky planeswalkers. First strike, sacrifice it to remove all counters from target permanent. Goblin Sharpshooter here is kind of like a secret commander in the deck, or secondary commander, I guess you can say. Doesn't untap during the untap step. Whenever a creature dies, untap Goblin Sharpshooter. We can tap to ping something by 1, and when we give it Death Touch or anything like that, it will, basically machine gun its way through creatures. Beto, Thorn of Dusk Rose. Whenever we gain life, target opponent loses that much life. And for 3 and 2 black, we can have all creatures we control gain lifelink until end of turn. So just one part of an easier wombo combo. Morbid Opportunist. Whenever one or more creatures die, draw a card, but it only triggers only once each turn. But that's still pretty cool because if we get Olivia with Death Touch and we're able to ping things down on each turn, we'll be drawing multiple cards before our turn comes back around. My boy Yahenni, love this card. Haste, whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Yahenni. And sacrifice another creature, gains indestructible to end the turn. We got Falthus. Commander creatures have Menace and Death Touch. Baragoth the Bloody Sire, Death Touch, and boasts 1 in a black. Target player searches their library for a card, shuffles their library, and puts it on top of the deck. Dracula, Blood of a Mortal. Just here, we're flying, can't block here. So whenever it deals combat damage, we can create a blood token so we can hopefully go through our deck some more. And then 1 black, sacrifice 2 blood tokens, and then we can return this card from the graveyard back to the battlefield. Sadly, can't block, so yeah, it's all offense there. Opposition Agent, to try to slow down our enemies. It has Flash, and then you control your opponents while they're searching their libraries. And while an opponent is searching their library, they exile each card they find, and you may play those cards for as long as they remain exiled and may use mana of any color. Scavenger Nighthawk, who is basically newer Batman. It has flying, Death Touch, lifelink. Nighthawk's Scavenger's powers equal to 1 plus the number of card types in opponents' graveyards. And then OG Batman right here, and Vampire Nighthawk, just flying, Death Touch, and lifelink. Cryptghast, Extort, and whenever we tap a swamp for mana, add an additional black to the mana pool. Blood Tracker, flying, 1 black, pay 2, put a +1/+1 counter, and whenever this dies, or actually leaves the battlefield, draw a card for each +1/+1 counter on it. Erebos, God of the Dead, indestructible. As long as your devotion to black is less than 5, it isn't a creature. Your opponents can't gain life, and then 1 in the black, pay 2 life, draw a card. Really easy, good stuff. And then we have, lifelink available in the deck, so, we should be okay on life at times. Henrika Domnafi, she gets to choose one that has been chosen at the beginning of your combat. Each player sacks a creature, you draw a card and lose a life, or you transform it. And yeah. Twilight Prophet, flying, ascend at the beginning of your upkeep. If you have City's Blessing, reveal the top card of your library and put it to your hand. Each opponent loses life, or X life, and you gain X life, where X is the CMC, or mana value, of the card revealed. One of my pet cards, Sangromancer, still happy it's here in the deck. Now Foil, flying, whenever a creature an opponent controls this from the graveyard, gain from the battlefield, gain 3 life, and whenever an opponent discards a card, gain 3 life. Just, I don't know, been playing it for a long time, decide to keep it always. Which is funny because this is like the newest creature in the deck. Bloodletter of was it Aclazots, whatever I'm gonna say it. Flying, an opponent would lose life during your turn. They lose twice that much life instead. And on the ruin stage at the beginning of your upkeep, each player sacrifices a non-vampire creature. And the last creature, Westgate Regent. Flying, ward, discard a card, and whenever it deals combat damage, put damage +1/+1 counter. So the first time it's 4, and then 8, and it just can get pretty big. The rest of the deck we're gonna go really fast with, because you know these Soul Ring, Wayfarer's Bauble for some ramp, Sensei's Divining Top for some card selection, Gorgon's Head for the Death Touch, and what's better than that, Basilisk Collar for Death Touch and Lifelink. We got the Vorpal Sword, again, more Death Touch, but also gets +2/+0, and 5 and 3 black. Until end of turn, Vorpal Sword gains whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. I was able to do this at least twice. Once this year for the season to get me the win on that game. Jet Medallion, Arcane Signet, Rakdos Signet, Talisman of Indulgence, Felwar Stone, and Thought Vessel, Mind Stone, Lightning Greaves, Protect Olivia, Commander Sphere, Heartstone to reduce the activated abilities. So if this is on the board, then, well, Olivia's ping is only just 1 red, and so that can be way more dangerous. Voldaren Ori to casting at flash speed. Vandal Blast, hopefully destroy any artifact decks. Demonic Tutor, search what we need. Knight's Whisper, draw some cards. Sign in Blood, also draw some cards. Read the Bones, Scribe, and draw 2, lose 2 life. Toxic Deluge. One of 2 board wipes we have in here. Grim Tutor, search again. This time we lose 3 life. And then Praetor's Grasp, Tutor, but in your opponent's deck. Damnation, the other board wipe in here, just to destroy all creatures that can't be regenerated. Exsanguinate, so each opponent loses X life and you gain life equal to the loss of life this way. So if you put 2 into X, everyone will lose 2. You'll gain, if you're in a normal pod, you'll gain 6 life. Vampiric Tutor, Withering Boon, and Imp's Mischief for essentially kind of this is like a blue creature counterspell in a sense, and this is just changing the target. So Deflecting Swat in black, basically. Rakdos Charm, Hero's Downfall, Chaos Warp, the Devil here, because I like cards that say they can take away Planeswalkers, because, Olivia really can't do that. Deadly Rollick, just for a free spell here, exile something. And for indestructible creatures that we can't take, exiling them is pretty good too. Big Score, just to draw some cards and create some treasure tokens. Vraska's Contempt, again, it can exile creature or Planeswalker. Braid of Fire, very, very dangerous in this deck, because if we can get this out early and get the Heartstone, that cumulative upkeep of just add red, we can really mow down our opponents, or just play some cool instants. And then with Voldaren Ori, it's just really good. Phyrexian Arena, beginning of upkeep, draw a card, lose a life. Not the best, kind of slow, but still, I do like this card. Sanguine Bond and Exquisite Blood combo. This is the Wombo combo right here. So if we get this out, we get this out, but we usually don't really go for it, I think last year in 10 games, I only did it once, basically. So for lands, and that's just because I was like, let's end this game. So for lands, we got, Command Tower, Voldaren Estate, Paths of the Dead, which is just Cavern of Souls. So we make sure we call Vampire and Olivia can come down without being countered. Blood Crypt, love the Innistrad art on there. Graven Carns, just really like the vampire looking art there. Dragon Skull Summit, Blackcleave Cliffs, Haunted Ridge. Kind of wish this was foil. Looks so beautiful. Smoldering Marsh, Luxury Suite, Sulphur Springs, Tainted Peak, Shadowblood Ridge, Temple of Malice. Was this Racious Raucous Theater. I don't know how to say it. The new Surveil Land. Urborg. Urberg. Cabal Coffers. Shizo, Dead Storehouse. Castle Lochthwain. Bajuka Bog to get rid of graveyards. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swamps right here, but only 3 mountains. We got Bloodstained Mire, Arid Mesa, Verdant Catacombs right now, Fabled Passage, War Room, and last but not least, Arcane Lighthouse to ensure that our opponent's creatures lose Hexproof and Shroud so we can target them with stuff. So yeah, that's my Olivia deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the update to it. You know, link down below for the Arca deck. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Peace.